Earlier in the year, Storm 22 had the opportunity to bring a veteran, Chance Bond from Denham Springs, to the game ranch here in Stovall, Missouri. Originally, we was going to do it annually. We was going to do one hunt a year, and I guess after it was such a success, and the feedback we got on it was so big, we decided to try to do two.
And he told me that Bob Story from the Oaks Game Ranch called us and wanted to do another veteran hunt.
I was raised in Port Sulphur. Hurricane Katrina hit, so we ended up moving up to Denham Springs, Louisiana, finished high school, and then I joined the military when I was 18. I went to Afghanistan, RC South Afghanistan, from 2010 to 2011.
I actually know Nick's uncle, Mark. I met him in law enforcement. He's a jam-up officer. I'd work with him anywhere. I didn't know that Mark's nephew had deployed, so it was news to me.
I've been knowing Nick Sylve since he was 15 years old. I knew that he had got injured overseas.
We got hit by RPG in June 13, 2010. I received shrapnel to the neck and throughout my body armor. I received the Purple Heart, then they ended up getting sent to Germany. My injuries wasn't that bad, so I ended up finishing my deployment. When you get back, everybody kind of looks at you a little differently, just because of the change that you made. Adapting to civilian life, it's very hard. I know one point in time I was very depressed. I was going to the VA, I was on medication. My family knew that something was going on.
He dealt with some stuff over there, and I really didn't know what happened over there, so it kind of changed him, and I didn't like the change, and so we kind of drifted apart. And then, as I grew up and matured, I realized the stuff he'd been through, and I kind of accepted it, and we just started getting back closer and stuff.
So we called him, gave him the opportunity to come. After I told his wife Carly what we did and what we were going to be doing on this trip, she became very emotional and told me that her husband really needed this opportunity.
I was excited. I was like, I told Rusty I had to make sure it was okay with my wife. I asked her, hey, my baby, I got invited to go on a hunting trip, and it's going to be a hunt of a lifetime, and I cannot miss it.
Found out that Nick, he's a deer hunter, but he's never killed a deer in his life. And from experience, when I was traveling with the military, you never have an opportunity to deer hunt. You just can't hunt. It's just too much going on in your life. So finding out that this was going to be his first deer, I was like, this is going to ruin him.
I knew Nick had done various types of hunting in his lifetime. I knew that he hadn't killed a deer before. I knew that this was going to be an opportunity for him to take his first and enjoy that with a long-lasting memory.
Well, Rusty told me they have deer that are just monsters, and in Louisiana, it's not like you can go out there and just kill a monster buck. It takes a whole lot of time. Sometimes you go out there and you don't see nothing, but here they're just everywhere, and they're huge.
They're in full rut here. They're chasing does like crazy. John, his guide, took him to a stand. They sat in the stand for a little while. From my understanding, they just couldn't find the deer that he was looking for. So they went into more of a stalk and hunt. John got him on a deer, and he stalked the deer for a certain amount of time and finally was able to make a good shot.
Deer walked out, and I seen it, and I was a little nervous at first to shoot. He just was standing there looking at me, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take him. And I ended up propping up. I put him in the crosshairs, and I let him have it. He ran about 10 yards, and he dropped.
After the shot, of course, we went to see what he killed, and he was just emotional and very thankful to Storm 22 and the Oaks Game Ranch, Bob's story. And it was very enjoyable to watch his face, you know, after making that kill.
First deer.
He deserves it. Being his first deer, an opportunity like this, I was really happy for him, you know, just excited for him.
Well, I want to thank Storm 22, the Oaks Ranch, for giving me the opportunity to kill my first deer. And I want to thank Treason for their camouflage. A lot of stuff is going through my mind right now. I'm so excited. It's awesome. Hang on.
We find out Daniel's never killed a deer either. So Bob overhears it. Bob said, let's put him on a big doe. Me and Rusty talked about it and was like, let's do it, you know, we're here, let's go.
You know, Mr. Bob come up and asked us, hey man, you want to come kill a doe? I'm like, hell yeah, you know, why not?
We had Stacy out here with Scent Crusher. Her and her daughter was here. So they jumped in a buggy with us. We all went out.
Me and my brother, we got to experience both of our first kills. And getting to experience that together, being that we are very close, he got to experience that for the first time, just like me, and he dropped it. I enjoy hunting, fishing. I kind of lost a little interest in it, but being out here, I kind of gained that interest back. So it's helping me want to get out and do more things with, you know, my wife, my son. I want to raise him into hunting and fishing. He's gonna love it. I told him I was coming to Stover, Missouri, and I'm gonna kill a deer. He said, "You gonna kill a deer?" He said, "We're gonna eat it?" I said, "Yeah, we're gonna eat that deer."
First deer ever.
I'm actually honored to do it. There we go.
It was an honor to be here, you know, with him and experiencing it. I'm very honored. And then being his first deer, I'm very excited I was able to be with him, and he was able to be with me in my first deer, so it's kind of worked out pretty good.
You don't realize that you need help, but the people that you're around daily, they're seeing a different side. And with the symptoms of PTSD, I would tell my buddies that are suffering with it to give something a shot. Get out there, do something, and get out your comfort zone.
We primarily deal with PTSD and TBI because these are the main combat veterans that are committing suicide every day in this country. There's approximately 22 a day that commit suicide. So Storm 22 is not just settled on hunting. We'll do fishing, we'll do trail riding, surfing, parasailing, we don't care, you know? We just want to get outside. And now once we pick a veteran, we find out what he wants to do, what he's interested in, and we're gonna fundraise until we can make the money from donations, and then we're gonna make the dream come true.
If there's anybody out there who knows someone that would benefit from the things that we're trying to provide, knows a veteran who suffers from PTSD or TBI, contact us, let us know. You can contact us on our website, www.storm22.org, or by Facebook, the page is Storm 22. Also, if there's anyone out there that would like to donate to our cause, you know, a lot of these trips, it does, you know, cost a little money, but we try to get as much as we can for these veterans. So if there's anyone that would like to donate or sponsor a certain trip or has a piece of property that would be willing for us to come out, contact us, let us know. We would love to hear from everyone.